Welcome back to another video, Dicers, and today I want to talk about the best healers in the game. Now, healing is a very important part of this game, and you need to have at least one healer in your team if you want to succeed in the toughest missions that you're gonna encounter. And there's a couple of characters that are very good for this, and they are super helpful to keeping your team alive in order to beat those super high levels. From personal experience, obviously, again, this is a personal experience and opinion on these healers, so it's up to you if you want to use them. But there is, again, I'm gonna divide them into three tiers: S, A, and B tier. So we're gonna start with the S tiers. Now, going to the catalog. Now, one of the best healers in the game right now is Erika Sinclair, and when it comes to healing, there is two sort of healing. There is a normal heal that you can do that heals your character once, or there is regen healing. Regen healing heals your character every turn, and then that heal also decreases over time as turns go by. But exactly why Erika is one of the good ones is because she gives regen healing, and it's a reactive skill, so meaning that this can actually be activated on any time when the condition is fulfilled. And this one is a very easy condition. When your character health goes below 50%, she's gonna give you regen for 4 turns. And this can stack as well, because even if he get hit and then he revives a bit but he gets hit again, she's gonna give him another 4 turns. So you can easily stack up. I've had it where I had like 24 turns of heal, which is amazing to keep your character alive, to kill those one-on-one boss battles. So this is very helpful, and it's a very easy way to activate it. So definitely she comes on the S tier on this list. Next one on the S tier is Steve Harrington. So he also gives regen, but this one is a bit harder to activate. It activates when you have 4 more blue dices, though this one I get it at least 2-3 times per mission, because mission has 3 waves. And when you have a character that constantly activate dices like Nancy and Dustin, you get to see a lot more blue dices, so the probability increases, and this is really awesome because he can give it to 3 people at the same time. That's regen for 3 people at the same time. So it's a bit harder to activate, but it gives it to a lot more people than Erika. So again, a really awesome unit to have, Steve Harrington on your team. And the final person to be the best healer in the game is Mr. Clarke. So this guy, he doesn't have regen. He heals when you activate his activated ability, but he heals every single member of your team for 20%, and then he gives another 20% heal to the most damaged person, so the most damage gets 40%. And he also has this ability where if you kill an enemy with an ability, then he's gonna change 2 random dices to blue. This automatically increases the chance that you can activate the reactive ability of Steve, because now you get to have more dices on the field. So this one is boosting this ability. So those two work pretty well together, those 2 blue healers. So you can mix them and see if you're gonna like them both. But these are the S tier healers in the game. Now moving on to A tier. First one is Mike Wheeler. Now this one heals every single member at the start of every turn if they have bravery. Now again, this guy goes on my A tier because it's a bit harder condition to fulfill. Yes, you can, for instance, have this Lucas, who's gonna give bravery to the whole team, but to actually get that 8% heal every turn, you not just need to have bravery, but you need to have upgraded this ability to this level. And this guy maxes out at level 240, so chances are you might need to get him to at least level 200 if you want to maximize fully from this ability, and this is really extremely hard. While the others, you only need to get them to like level 121 to actually maximize their abilities. Even with Dr. Clarke, I think you only need to get him like level 101 or something like that, so it's not that high, it's quite easy to get, while this guy is harder to get. So definitely on A tier list. Next one in the A tier is Max Mayfield. So this one, why she's on A tier? Because she only heals 1 person, and you have to activate that ability. It's not a reactive ability, though the heal is nice. 30% is good for the most damage, but it's harder to activate. The conditions to activate it is a lot harder, so definitely comes on the A tier. Now the last person on the A tier is this Will Byers, and this one, why is he on the A tier? Well, He has a pretty good kit, but when it comes to healing, he only gives regen, preferably to the members with Distract, and it's a regen 3. Now, Distract is an ability you really want to avoid because it makes the person that has Distract a target practice, so he's gonna die pretty very fast. Even with regen, I doubt you're gonna be able to save him when every enemy attacks him. So it's a pretty useless ability. So that's why he comes on the A list. A tier. Now moving on to the B tier, we have Murray Bowman. Now this guy gives poison, and also he gives a regen for 4 turns to the most damaged member. Now he's on the B tier because again it's a bit harder to activate. You need to actually activate the ability, you need to charge up his ability to activate it, and also he gives it to only one person. So that's why it's on the best character really you want to have when it comes to healing. And he also gives himself Distract and armor, so he is basically a target practice, so he's gonna die pretty quickly. Maybe we won't even be able to activate his ability, so that's why he comes on the B list. Okay, next healer is Dustin Dart. Now this guy heals the most damaged member for 15% health, but that's a special condition when you defeat an enemy that has weakness. So it's a bit harder to fulfill, and it's only 15% for one member, and it's not even a regen, it's just a normal heal. So that's why this guy comes on B tier. Now the next healer is Dottie, and this one is a pretty obvious one. She only heals herself and gives energy to herself, but it's still some sort of healing, although it's only for herself. If you just heal yourself, then you're not really that useful to the team really. So that's why she comes on the B list. And now we have Will Byers. So this one is gonna heal if he only gets healed. So it's a pretty hard ability, not really hard. I guess you can combine him with Mr. Clarke, but he only heals the random damage team member by 20%, and he only gonna prefer that character with Distract. Now Distract, as I said, you wanna avoid it. So this character is definitely not one of the best healers. Also, his kit is not great, so I would avoid using him if you want to heal your characters. And the final character on the B list is Funshine. Now Funshine got this power boost in the last update, and he can heal the most on a single member, that's 35%, but again it's a harder condition to fulfill because you actually need to kill an enemy to actually fulfill this condition. And when you roll 4 purple dices, he is gonna get Distract as well. As I said, Distract makes the character a target practice. Even if he has armor, if everybody attacks him, he is gonna die fast. And also on the high levels, you won't be able to instantly kill one enemy with just the activated ability. You could be lucky if it's already really damaged and you finish it, but then again he's gonna attack a random enemy, so chances are you might not even hit the enemy you want, so the heal will not activate. So definitely this guy, his condition to activate the ability is really hard. So this guy comes on my B list, and that is the list for the healers. You really want to get Erika, Steve, and Mr. Clarke. Now you can actually get Erika and Steve, you can get them from the Portal shop. These are the purchases you really want to get, guys. If you are playing the Portal, you should be playing the Portal because those two characters are awesome. You can get them. So that's that. And yeah, alright, this was the video for the best healers in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys all in my next video.